They say every town has its secret, and every heart hides a story it fears to remember. But some stories refuse to stay buried. This one began on a quiet night in a forgotten village surrounded by mist and silence, where even the wind dared not whisper past the old wooden houses. There lived a young woman named Lira, quiet, thoughtful, and strange to most. People often saw her standing by the edge of the lake, staring into her reflection as if waiting for it to move first. She didn't speak much. She didn't laugh much. But when she looked at the world, it was as if she saw something the rest of us couldn't see. They said she was cursed, that the lake had taken something from her. Her family, her past. Maybe even her soul. But no one really knew, because no one dared to ask. Years passed, and the village aged around her. Shutters rotted, walls cracked, and the laughter that once filled the streets faded into memory. Only Lira remained the same, untouched by time, watching, waiting, and listening to the lake that never slept, until one night, everything changed. The moon was full, and the surface of the water shimmered like liquid glass. That's when she heard it, a faint humming sound, distant yet familiar, like a voice calling her name from beneath the surface. She followed it to the water's edge, her reflection trembling under the moonlight. And for the first time, it smiled back. The lake spoke. Not with words, but with memories. Flashes of faces, laughter, rain, and tears rushed through her mind like a broken film reel. She saw herself as a child, running through the woods, her mother's voice calling after her, and then darkness. A scream, and the sound of rushing water. Lira fell to her knees, trembling. The truth was too heavy to carry. The lake wasn't cursed. It was her memory. Her punishment. For she had once made a promise to the water, a promise to protect it, to never let the village poison it again. But when the people began dumping waste into the lake, when greed turned beauty into filth, she stayed silent. She did nothing. And the lake took what mattered most, her family, her warmth, her past, leaving her as its silent guardian, forever bound by guilt. For years she believed she was trapped by the curse. But that night, as the reflection smiled, she understood it wasn't a curse at all. It was a second chance. A call to remember. The next morning, the villagers awoke to the sound of wind and water, sounds they hadn't heard in years. The lake shimmered like silver, the air smelled of rain, and Lira was gone. Some said she drowned. Others said she became part of the water. But the truth was different. From that day, the lake came alive again. The fish returned, flowers grew along the banks, and the once silent nights were filled with the gentle hum of ripples and wind. And sometimes, when the moon is full, people say they see a figure walking across the surface, her dress glowing faintly, her eyes calm, her face peaceful. They say it's Lira, the girl who finally forgave herself. The villagers built a small shrine by the shore, carved with her name and a single line beneath it. The soul of water never dies, it only changes form, and maybe that's what life really is, a series of reflections, broken and reborn, teaching us to forgive ourselves for the promises we failed to keep, and to find peace, not in perfection, but in remembrance, because sometimes the only way to escape the past is to let it flow.